And hello, everybody, and welcome to Right Field Morgana's alongside me, myself, and I. This is game number, I believe, 16 out of 33. So we're right around the halfway mark here in the season. Ravens look to bounce back tonight after, dropping three, two on the road. We'll talk more about it tonight. But first things first, let's go through the postgame show. Not the postgame show, the pregame show. This pregame show is brought to you by Hardware Haven, the helpful hardware folks in Tacoma, Auburn, and Kent. Tonight, yes, it's the Ocala Orbit taking on the Chicago Ravens here in Chicago. Last night, it was an Ocala Orbit victory in walk-off fashion. Let's talk about more about that. Well, it was the Orbit beating the Ravens 10-9, final in 9. Thanks to a walk-off home run via Jojo, who was also the winning pitcher in the night. He improves to 1-0 in the season, while Settler receives his loss as he was the one who got allowed the walk-off pitch. Jojo with the 2-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out, Orbital on first base, and he sent it all the way to dead away center field. Oh man, that thing was long gone. And let's talk about the Chicago bats to the Ocala pitching. They did fare a lot better at the plate than compared to when they were facing the Nipponam Fighters. I mean, they put up 14 hits, 5 of them home runs. They scored 9 runs, striking out 12, walking none. They did go into ground into 1 double play, and they did leave 4 on base. But other than that, they did really good. And what's funny about this is that if they put up this offense, if they put up this type of offense the same way on Tuesday against the Ocala Orbit, they would have actually won that game, which is funny. So, that you win some, you lose some. You lose all of them. But of course, that's just the way hitting works sometimes, Let's talk about some of the star players. Well, multi-homer madness. That's right. It is Anoma with 2 home runs on the night. He went 3 for 4 in total, 2 home runs, a 3-run home run in the top of the second, and 4 RBIs on the night, and a solo one in the top of the 7th inning, I believe. That was down the left field line and just stayed fair. He did score 2 runs thanks to the 2 home runs. Now he's batting .394 in the season with an OPS of 1.2. That was homer number 4 in the season. Half of his home runs came from last night, and he has 8 RBI on the season. Well, let's talk about the other Sour Patch Kid. It's Go Yankee. 2 for 5 on the night with 1 home run. The RBI came from that. It was a go-ahead home run in the 9th inning to give the Ravens initially a 9-8 lead. Of course, we all know what would happen to that lead. Thanks to Jojo. But for a while, for a little bit, it looked like that. It looked like the Ravens are really going to come out with this one. How are you doing on this fine night? Oh, hey, Luis, how you doing? Hey, Big A, how you doing? It was a heartbreaker for sure. Batting .360 on the season now, Yankee with an OPS of 1.1, 5 home runs to 8 RBI. We're just talking about the stats and everything. Before I go on, I think I should read the scoring plays. Anoma hit that 3-run home run in the top of the second that scored Alitsky, Lucy, and himself. Then Drum, and then in the bottom of the second, the Orbit tied it back up to make it 3-3 all. It was Drum who hit the ground rule RBI double with the bases loaded, scoring Nishino and Newvery. Malone to third, and then in the bottom of the second, Lance with the infield single. Malone out at home trying to score. Then Leo threw the ball away. He was playing third at the time, so E5 in your scorecard. That scored Drum, tying it up at 3 in the bottom of the 4th. And Nishino hit the solo home run, making it 4-3 Ocala. Then they would pour on more. Lance is guilty with a 3-run home run, scoring Malone, Drum, and himself, making it 3-7 Ocala. Then in the bottom of the 4th inning, Orbital laying down the sac bunt, which scored Rin, making it 3-8 Ocala. At this point, the game looked out of reach, but the Ravens would come back in the top of the 5th. Leo crushed the 3-run home run. Home run number 8, RBIs 23, 21, 22, and 23 in the season. that scored Yankee, that scored Capital, and himself, making it 6-8 Ocala. Then Anoma again goes yard, making it 7-8 down the left field line, his second home run of the night, before Capital would hit a second decker in the top of the 7th, tying it up at 8 all. In the top of the 9th, Yankee hit one to left center field that scored himself. It was an absolute cutscene, but then Jojo would hit the walk-off, a 2-run home run to dead away center, scoring Orbital and himself ultimately the final dagger in the chest of the Ravens. We are in League Server 5, Ryan. And finally, we can't forget about our captain, Leonatus, 1 for 5 in the night, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 1 run scored, now batting .333 in the season. His OPS does drop to 1.1, but now he has 8 home runs in the season with 23 RBI. Sorry, give me a second just to send this stream link out to Nishino. To watch between... And then I just send the stream link here. Sorry about the pause, folks. I just need to send this out to somebody real quick. I forgot to do that when I was testing sound, so now I'm doing it now. Apologize. Okay, pin him here, pin him there. Alright, so going on. So sorry, going on over to the Ocala Orbit, they had quite the game too. I mean, they are on a 5-game winning streak now. They put up 15 hits, three of them home runs. They scored 10 runs, which would ultimately be enough to outlast the Orbit. I mean, sorry, the Ravens. They did score 10 runs. They struck out 4 times. That was something I noticed. They did not strike out a lot.
They were gonna. Is it the same link?
Yeah.
All right.
They walked none, no double plays, and 5 left on base. Let's talk about some of their key players. First of all, it was Jojo, of course. You got to mention him. The walk-off homer in the bottom of the 9th. 3 for 5 in the night, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, a batting average of .544 now, 1.49 OPS on the season. Now his homer number 6, RBIs number 11 and 12 and 13. Can't forget about Lance's guilty, 1 for 4 with a solo home run, or 3-run home run, 4 RBI in the night, 1 run scored, and now batting .318 in the season, an OPS of 1,000. That was homer number 2 on the season, RBIs number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we can't forget about the player manager, Nishino, who ultimately started the rally in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 for 4 in the night with 1 solo home run, 2 RBIs. He also had an RBI sacrifice bunt. Wait, that's not right. Oh, whatever. He did score 2 runs, now batting .449 on the season, OPS of 1.3, 8 home runs to 14 or RBI. Well, looking at this head-to-head series, the Orbit lead 1-0 after last night. The Ravens look to equalize the series tonight here in Chicago, and then Game 3 will be far in the future, round number 30, where this will also be taking place in Chicago. And let's look at tonight's probable starters for tonight on SESN, 9 p.m. start for this game. Nishino for the Orbit taking the mound in 7 games. He has a record of 4 wins and 3 losses, an ERA of 4.69, 53 strikeouts, 9 walks. And for your Chicago Ravens, it'll be the captain taking the mound, Leonatus, with a record of 2-1. He sports an ERA of 6.16, 32 strikeouts to 1 walk. So looking at the upcoming schedule, it'll be the Ravens going back on the road to take on the Firebirds. That will be tomorrow night. And then Tuesday, they will come back home to take on the Firebirds again. And then Wednesday and Friday, it will be against the Breeze. Wednesday will be in Chicago, the northern part of Chicago, excuse me. And which day did I say? Oh, yeah, Saturday will be in the south part of Chicago. I think Capitalists should be there for that one. And let's look at the Ocala Orbit schedule. Well, they head back home to take on the Nipponam Fighters for a one-night stand. That will be tomorrow before Tuesday, Wednesday, going on a 2-game road trip. They will first fly to Nippon to take on the Fighters for the second game in the series, then head over to Arizona to take on the Firebirds for the first game of that series. I don't know the start times on that. Don't forget, let's look at the leaderboard. So, yeah, Leonatus tied second in home runs. No, tied third in home runs, excuse me, with 8. Azer, or Cappy, formerly known, now surpasses everyone with home runs. He hits home run number 9 and 10. Let me make sure I'm not in the umpire cam before I get out. Bernie now with 9 home runs. Nuvri and Ace Lord and Leo all tied in third with 8 RBIs, though. The 3 RBI game from Leonatus last night did boost him up in the standings. He now sits at 23 runs batted in. Bernie's still leading with 26. Ace Lord and Nuvri tied for third with 21. And let's talk about the ERA. Well, yeah, Settler's ERA did get mashed. It used to be a lot lower, but now he's up there. He qualifies as he has pitched more than 9 innings. So now he is in the ERA lead with a ERA of 2.45. Dazer surpasses Ninja, 2.57. Ninja goes down to third with an ERA of 2.63. And Bloxer with an ERA of 2.77. Don't forget, folks, to sign up for the HCBB Talent Show. That will be on July 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern on the live stage in the HCBB Discord. Any questions, please contact Malevolence on Discord. Don't forget, it's also giveaways flocking to the park. First off, next week, Sunday, against the Bombers. It's coming closer than you think. Broadway spectacles as the New York Bombers come to town. All your favorite shows played on our stadium organ here in Chicago. And Tuesday night, it's Aloha Shirt Night. The first 30 fans will get a free Aloha shirt courtesy of our friends over at Hardware Haven and Golden Bridge Landscaping. For more questions, please DM Morgana on Discord. Finally, it'll be the Atlanta Rebels coming to town. That will be a Wednesday night. So, Cowboy Rodeo Night. Please dress up in your boots, your jeans. Bring your cowboy hats. Don't bring your cowboy pistols, but can't bring those into the park. But you can bring pretty much everything else cowboy related. And for more questions, again, please DM me on Discord. Well, that will wrap up this part of the pregame show, brought to you by Ardor Haven and Carl's Clam Chowder. I am joined in the booth along with broadcast engineer User, who will help me run the scoreboard. So, can't wait for that tonight. I appreciate his help as always. Blessed, hello. Lewis, hello. Folks, if you're liking this live, please make sure to give this a like. Please make sure to share it with a friend. And if you're not following, please give us a follow as we load into the park, as we get this beautiful aerial view just behind home plate. We can see from the deep left field, we're in the outskirts. Behind the park, you can see the lollipops, the pinwheels on the center field jumbotron, as the captain Leonatus will take the mound shortly. You can see him getting ready. Here, fielding positions coming to you very soon. Ryan says, I'm already in my cowboy hat. Look at the left field line. Oh, there he is. You can see him in his sheriff's hat right here with the black shirt. He's jumping up and down here on the camera. How about that? Looks like Jong is back here. Again, Jong missing a couple of games here and there, but now he's back. Leo waiting for, I guess, a reason to get on the mound. As we wait first pitch, we were about 8 minutes overtime. Or I guess, if we're counting the fact that it only starts 5 minutes later than scheduled, then it should be 3 minutes overtime. So we're still overtime, regardless. 2 other games being streamed tonight. Chicago Breeze at the Minnesota Blizzards. It's the Breeze 6 that Blizzards won, top of the 8th inning. That game is being streamed on FTN on YouTube. And in Baltimore, it's the Bombers 3 and the Ospreys nothing, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs. That is streamed by Hawks on Twitch. So as we await for Leo to take the mound and starting pitchers, starting lineups to be set, I can give you the starting lineup for the Ocala Orbit tonight. Well, leading off will be Rin. Rin is a very dangerous batter, had 2 home runs on Wednesday night against the Honolulu Heat, and last night, Friday night, they had a double and a triple They did score off of a RBI sacrifice bunt from Orbital. Then it'll be Orbital at second. The catcher probably 412C3 batting third. Talks batting cleanup. And then the heart of the order, Jojo at fifth, hit the walk-off home run as Leo takes the mound. Followed by the starting pitcher Nishino. Then at the 7-0 Malone, 8 Drum, and 9 Nodin. Those are your starting 9 tonight for the Ocala Orbit. Leonatus again taking the mound. He is a scheduled starter for tonight. 2-1 on the season in 7 games pitched as he takes the mound. We're about ready to get underway. Yankee playing behind the plate tonight as I forgot my position resets as there's a fly ball deep to right field, but it hooks just foul, and we are underway. First pitch, and Jojo is already mashing, and now everything is wrong. Jojo was leading off, so the starting lineup that I was sent is incorrect as there's no balls and 2 strikes now in Jojo as he lines that one into the seat. So no balls and 2 strikes here to the leadoff man Jojo. Jojo, extremely dangerous, hit the walk-off home run last night. Now to set the 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here she comes. It's down low, ball 2. Just missed at the kneecap, so the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now here comes the set and the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into shallow left field. It drops in a base hit. Up with the ball is a left fielder who gets it in to Gabe at second. So Jojo with the leadoff single, and here comes 4-1-2C. So my scorecard all type of wrong. I apologize as I need to frantically change everything. The scorecard that I was sent, the lineup that was sent to me, excuse me, my tongue is twisted today. Absolutely incorrect. First pitch on the way, swing the line drive into the gap in left and center field. It drops in a base hit. Up with the ball quickly as the center fielder Anoma gets into Jong at short. And now 2 on with no one away, and that will bring up X-Tox, the former season 27 Seattle Sonic. Leo has faced this guy before. I remember him making Leo pay. So everyone, it seems like, shifting around in the lineup. So X-Tox now in the 3rd position as he takes strike 1. It's 0-1. So back-to-back singles here for the Orbit. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way to Tox, taken high and inside. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the set, here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way. Check swing, it's down low, ball 2. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here on Tox. Now the 2-1 pitch, swinging a weak ground ball. Past the dive of the first baseman, Decade gets into right field, a base hit. So now base is loaded here for the Ocala Orbit. Tox safe at first. Let's see if they count that as an error. No, they count that as a hit. I think that should have been easily a double play. But instead, it leaks through the right side of the infield. And now base is juiced here for the player manager, Nishino, looking to break it open early in the game. First pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball hit out to deep left field. This is going to be caught at the wall, but tagging at third is Jojo. He will score easily. It'll be 4-1-2, sliding safe into third. So now runners on the corners, 1 run in. A quick 1-0 Ocala lead here in the top of the 1st inning. So sac fly for Nishino. That will bring up Orbital. Ryan says, looks like me and Stayed Blessed are cheering for Ocala tonight as Orbital takes strike 1. It's 0-1. Now, runners on the corners, 1 run in. The set, the 0-1 pitch on the way to Orbital. In there for a strike. So now no balls and 2 strikes here on Orbital. Folks, if you're liking this stream, please make sure to give us a like. Please make sure to give us a follow. Now, Leo from the belt delivers. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Down low ball 1. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 here on Orbital. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul down the third base line. So we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes here with runners on the corners. A 1-0 Ocala lead thanks to Nishino flyout on the warning track. Now Leo comes set, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive into center field. It falls in, a base hit. Scoring is 4-1-2. So runners now on first and second. RBI single for the starting pitcher from yesterday, Orbital season. It's now 2-0 Ocala. And the rough sledding continues for the Ravens. They cannot seem to find their groove. As Malone now steps in as he skies that into shallow center field, but it drops in front of Anoma, a base hit. So everyone will head to their respective bases, station to station they all go, and now bases loaded again here for Drum. So, oh no, some abysmal fielding by. It looks like Anoma out there in center field. So now bases juiced here. Let's see what Drum can do. Strike 1 called. Now the stretch to the 0 and pitching away, swinging the line drive into right field, a base hit. Here comes Talks on his way home to score. The throw into second base will not be in time. Station to station, everybody goes. Another RBI single. It's quickly 3-0 Ocala. So that'll bring up Nodin. Batting .286 on the season. An RBI single here for Drum. 3 runs coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base hits. As he swings and misses through that one, it's 0-1. Stay Blessed says, getting a hot rally early here. AL35. Hey, buddy, how you doing? As there's a weak ground ball to Jung. This could be 2. Jung, no, it's an infield single. They were playing deep. Everybody's safe. It's an infield single by Nodin, and here comes the 9-hole Dami. So add on another run to the board. It's 4-0. Ocala. So Dami plays for the Diablos Rojos in IPU. He's the player manager, but tonight he's batting in the 9-hole. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Skied into shallow left field. It is dropping. It is dropping. It is down. A base hit. Here comes Malone on his way home to score. It's 5-0 Orbit. So they have blown the doors wide open here in the top of the first. It's Bloop Central here in Chicago. As Jojo takes ball 1 down low, and Jojo, who is batting for leadoff tonight, is back at the plate for his second at bat. Now the stretch, the 1-0 pitch on the way to Jojo. Swinging a fly ball hit into deep right field, but right there is the right fielder to corral it. Looks like Notre Dame out in right tonight. Tagging at third and scoring is Drum. Everybody moves up the base except for Dami. So runners on the corners now. Another run comes in. It's 6-0 Ocala. As there's a weak ground ball through the glove of the first baseman in to shallow right field. A base hit. Nodin scores. Dami's safe at second. So an RBI single to the catcher, 4-1-2 C3. No error given to the first baseman Decade. I thought that was an error myself. I would have caught that, I think. So now 7 runs come in on 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 base hits. 9 base hits. As the 1-1 pitch is down low, so ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Tox. Tox 1 for 1 tonight with a single. Almost everybody has scored. Now stretch the 2-1 pitch, down low, ball 3. So Leo already at 30 pitches. We're only in the top of the first. 7 runs cross the plate. Now stretch the 3-1 pitch, swinging a fly ball hit into deep center field. Anoma going back is there at the track, has some room to make the catch, and that will retire the side. But not before. 7 runs come on 9 hits, about 20,000 errors, and 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the first where it quickly is 7-0 Ocala. So we head to the bottom of the first. It's already a blowout here in Chicago. Not looking too pleasant for the Ravens tonight. Already in a 3-game losing streak. Thoughts on the start of this game? Rough. Absolutely rough. So leading off things will be the catcher for tonight, Go Yankee. Yankee batting .360 in the season. First pitch on the waist, taken high and outside, ball 1. Well, if there's one thing you should know about both of these teams is that you can have really big leads and you'll still manage to blow them. So I'm confident Chicago does have a chance to come back here. I mean, it's only early, bottom of the first, as the 1-0 pitch sails in there for a strike. Count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the stretch, the 1-1 pitch on the way, swing and a line drive into shallow right center field. It drops in a base hit. So a leadoff single here for Go Yankee, and there's 1 on. Ravens looking to answer back early. Is the stream laggy for you, Ryan? Okay, I'll take off. Let me close some tabs. Close that one. I'll close. So 1 aboard here for Ninja. Ball 1 outside, 1-0. I thought that was Decade at first. I think it was actually Ninja. The 1-0. Swing a fly ball hit into shallow right field. It's dropping. It is down. A base hit. Back-to-back bloops here for the Ravens. Yankee almost picked off at second, but he comes back in safe. So now 2 aboard here for the pitcher tonight, Leonatus. Leo did give up 7 runs on 9 base hits. How many of those should have been base hits? Probably not about half of them, but that is my own opinion. First pitch on the way to Leo, swinging a ground ball that sneaks through the middle of the infield, a base hit. So 3 base hits as Yankee will stay at third. Bases juiced here for the Ravens, trying to start something right here. And here comes Jong, batting .421 in the season, 1 home run. He has been successful in a bases loaded situation before. Had a bases clearing 3 RBI triple in San Francisco. First pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball hit into center field. This will bring in a run. Tagging at third is Yankee. The throw will go into third base, and Yankee puts a run on the board. It's 7-1 now. They call it. So 1 in, 1 away. That'll bring up Anoma. Anoma playing center field tonight as they take strike 1. 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch sails inside, count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now here comes the set, the 1-1 pitch, up high, ball 2. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the set, and the 2-1 pitch is swung in line, down the left field line, and toward the corner. It's a fair ball. Here comes Ninja. He will score. Leo into third base. It'll be Anoma at first, an RBI single, and now it's only a 5-run lead. So runners parked on the corners here for Notre Dame Nerd. A sac fly brings in another. Notre Dame playing right field tonight. Batting .375 on the season. As he takes ball one inside, it's 1-0 here on the right fielder. The 1-0 taken inside again, so now 2 balls and no strikes here on Notre Dame. Leo at third, Anoma at first. Stretch, and the 2-0 pitch is up high, ball 3. So now 3 balls and no strikes here on Notre Dame. Ryan says, think I'm going to catch a foul ball? Maybe. Hi, Bahama Lover. How you doing tonight? Now, from the belt, here comes the 3-0 pitch to Notre Dame, taken for strike 1. The count goes to 3-1. Now the set, the 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the third base line, so the count goes to full 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Notre Dame. And the stretch, here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 away. Fielders in double play depth. Now the set, here comes the 3-2 pitch to Notre Dame. Swinging a fly ball hit into right field. The right fielder on his horse. He will not get there or drops in a base hit. Leo will score. Anoma down to third base. Notre Dame rounding first, heading to second. This will be tough. The slide, he is safe. It's an RBI sliding double for Notre Dame, and now runners parked at second and third with 1 away. It's 7-3 Ocala. So that brings up second baseman Gabriel plays. As he swings and flies that one foul, but this one will sneak into the Chicago dugout. It's 0-1. As he takes ball 1 down low, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, so the count goes now to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Gabe. Fielders in close, watching for Gabe's bunt. Now the stretch, the 1-2 pitch, outside ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 1 away. We're in the bottom of the first. 10 runs total have crossed the plate. Now the stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive over the head of the first baseman. Into right field, a base hit. This scores Anoma. Here comes Notre Dame now stopping at third base. It's an RBI single for Gabriel Plays. How about that? And that will bring up the third baseman Vada, batting .368 on the season as he sends that one down the left field line. It is fair, rolls all the way to the wall. This scores Notre Dame. Gabe on his high horse heading to third. This will be a tough play. Gabe is in there safe. It's another RBI double for the boys in purple, and now it is, I believe, 7-6 Ocala. 7-5 Ocala, and that will knock out Nishino. Nishino is done for the night. So I'm not sure who they're bringing up. 4-1-2-C3. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a run. Yeah, that's what you guys paid these tickets for. That's right, man. Wow. First pitch on the way to you, and taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Sorry about that in the way, folks. I didn't mean for that to happen. Now the stretch, here comes The 0-1 pitch on the way, taken down low for ball 1, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now here comes the set, and the 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2. So now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Yun. Hey Krug, how you doing? Yun calls time to step out the box to adjust the batting glove. Hi Bob, how you doing? Now here comes the set, and the 1-2 pitch on the way to Yun. Swing and a miss! Put him away with a slow curve outside, and there's 2 away here in the inning. So that will bring up Go Yankee 1 for 1 tonight with the bloop single into right center field. Not trying to jinx anything, obviously, but Yankee represents the go-ahead run, so if he hits a home run, Ravens take the lead. First pitch on the way to Yankee, here she comes, taking a strike. Pitcher's paint on the outside edge, it's 0-1. So, the Ravens have batted around the order, and now they're back to their catcher, Go Yankee. Here comes the set, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Yankee. Swinging a fly ball, hit into deep center field. The center fielder is there, makes the dive, and he makes the catch! Holy smokes, robs extra bases of Yankee, and that will retire the side. So, 5 runs come on 7 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the top of the second, where now the Ravens trail 7-5 against the Orbit. So F8 in your scorecard, you can put a star next to it. That was spectacular. So up to bat is the player manager Nishino. Starting pitcher as he swings and misses, and that one is 0-1. A stretch, the 0-1 pitch on the way to Nishino. Swing and a miss. Half-hearted swing, he went though. So now, no balls and 2 strikes here on Nishino. Had a sacrifice fly back in the first inning to make it 1-0 Ocala as he takes that pitch high and inside. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nope, Ryan, you didn't miss anything. Now the stretch, here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nishino down 0-2 initially, now evens it out to 2-2. Here comes the set and the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball laced right to Vada at third. 1 down here in the inning. So that will bring up Orbital 1 for 1 tonight with an RBI single back in the top of the first. Leo stands in. Gets the sign, the stretch, and the first pitch on the way, taking a strike and 0-1. Aw, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Okay, your fielding arrangements after this out, the 0-1 pitch on the way, taken for strike 2. So now no balls and 2 strikes quickly here on Orbital. Looking for the early K right here. The stretch. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way. Inside ball 1. Ryan says, me and Stay Blessed are early for Cowboy Night, huh? Yeah, you guys are just about a week early. Here comes the set and the 1-2 pitch on the Orbital. Swinging a fly ball lace down the right field line, but leaping up and making the catch is Ninja at first base. Holy smokes, what a play by the first baseman Ninja. He took a hit away from Orbital. So 2 down here in the inning. Holy smokes. You can write that as L3 as Malone takes ball 1 up high. And you can put a star next to it as well. So 2 spectacular plays. Oh my goodness. The 1-0 pitch taken, strike 1. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Set the 1-1 pitch taken inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. NYC Sammy says, my grandma died. I'm sorry for sharing the news. This is a hype game. I'm sorry for hearing that. Sammy, if you need anything, let me know. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball past the mound and gets into center field. A base hit. It went through the knees of Leo. So a 2-out single here for Malone. Hi, Yolo. How you doing? So 1 on with 2 away. That will bring up Drums guilty. As he takes ball 1 outside. 1-0. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Drum. Check swing, it's up high. So 2 balls and no strikes here on Drum is guilty. Yolo says, I have 1 billion Robux on the orbit winning it all. Will you donate me a Galaxy if they lose? Now the 2-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball hit into the infield. This shall do it. Ninja waits for it to drop out the night sky, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs come on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the second, where the first baseman Ninja leads things off. Now is 412C now at the mound. Stay blessed says, I'm going to go get a pretzel. Good luck, bro. Ryan says, from how they've been playing against these Ravens, it's a good chance. No, yeah, for sure. No hate to the orbit. They have a really good team. Strike 1 called, 0-1. Hero Ninja. Now, 4-1-2 looks in, gets the sign, the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Ninja. Taken for strike 2. So now no balls and 2 strikes here on the first baseman. And now here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way to Ninja. Swinging a weak fly into shallow right field, but the second baseman, second baseman, it looks like Drum is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So let's go over some fielding arrangements right now. It's Nishino behind the plate, Jojo at third, Malone in left, Drum at second, Tux at first, Orbital in center. Leo, 1 for 1 tonight with the single off the mound. First pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive into right field. This is falling fast. It's down off the wall. A base hit. Leo 2 for 2 on the night as he rounds first base. Now heads for second. This will be a tough one. The slide. He is in there safe standing up. So a stand-up one out double here for the captain, and that will bring up Jong. Jong had the sac fly back in the first. So first hit allowed by 4-1-2 tonight. Now the stretch, the first pitch on the way to Jong. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Jong represents the tying run. If he can do something. They didn't have pretzels. I'm sorry, Bless. I'm sorry to hear that. You should go get a hot dog. I heard the hot dogs are good. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way. Taken high and outside for ball 1. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Jong. Inside ball 2. So the count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Jong calls time to step out the box and adjust the batting gloves. So 2 balls, 1 strike here with 1 away. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Ravens trail 7-5 against the Ocala Orbit. Now 4-1-2 from the stretch. Here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way to Jong. Swinging a line drive, roped foul down the right field line, so the count will even out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leo at second. Jong represents the tying run. Now let's set the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, free zone. It was a sinker at the top of the zone, and there's 2 away here for Onoma. So 2 down in the inning. That brings up the center fielder, Onoma. 1 for 1 tonight. First pitch on the way. Strike called, 0-1. Onoma hit 2 home runs last night against the 10-9 loss in Ocala. He was a factor. Gave the Ravens an early 3-0 lead. Now the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, it's inside, so the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike here on Onoma. From the belt. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a rope foul down the right field line, so the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a second decker. Ryan says, me and Bless got our authentic cowboy hat straight from Texas. Bless says, pure authentic leather. As the 1-2 pitch, swinging a line drive right to the second baseman, so he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs coming, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the top of the 3rd. The Ravens trail 7-5 against the Ocala Orbit. So that'll bring up Nodin, as Go Yankee will take the mound. That is it for Leo. So we will get you Leo's final score soon, as Nodin pops that first pitch he sees. It drops right in the glove of Leonatus. So 1 down here in the inning. We're playing catch up there between first and pitcher. As Dami now leads off, takes ball 1 outside. It's 1-0 here on Dami. As there's ball 2 inside. So now 2 balls and no strikes here. Tadami batting a little above 45 as the 2-0 pitch is lined over the head of the shortstop, Jong into left center field. A base hit. Cutting it off is Settler, who is in there. And 3rd now, Dami with the 1-out single. That'll bring up Jojo. Jojo had the sac fly back in the top of the 1st. 1 for 1 tonight, with a single scored thanks to a sac fly from Nishino. The stretch, the first pitch on the way, taken, ball 1. That looked like it was a strike, but it's 1-0 here on Jojo. And there's a big swing and a miss, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now here comes the set. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a weak ground ball. Hit foul down the right field line. That was not a ground ball. In fact, that was a line drive. My apologies. Now the set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way to Jojo. Swinging a line drive roped down the right field line, but it is going foul. So the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Jojo. Dami at first, fielders in double play depth. Now the set, here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way to Jojo. Swinging another foul down the left field line. Oh, that had the distance, but it is foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Here comes the set, and the 1-2 pitch. Up high, ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Yankee had 10 pitches already. Now, again, the 2-2 pitch on the way to Jojo. Swing and a miss! Put him away with the high heat fastball. 2 away down in the inning. Strikeout number 1 in the night for this Ravens pitching staff. There's 1 down here in the inning. Stay blessed. It's so close. First pitch on the way, taken for ball 1 inside. So 1-0 here on 4-1-2. The relief pitcher started his night behind the plate. The 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So let's give you the fielding arrangements. Left to right in the outfield. It's Settler in left, Anoma in center, and Notre Dame in right. And here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive hit into shallow center field. It drops in, a base hit. Going at third base, no, staying at second is Dami. Station to station, everybody goes. It's another single here for the pitcher. 4-1-2. On the play, Dami gets down to second base. Now here comes Talks 1 for 2 tonight as he takes strike 1, 0-1. Stay blessed says, I'm getting this foul ball this game. I believe it. I believe it for you too, bro. Now the 0-1 pitch. Up high, ball 1. Counting moves out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So Dami at second base. 4-1-2 at first. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way to Talks. Outside, ball 2. So 2-1 here to Talks. And now the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul. Oh man, that's absolutely rocketed. It's a second decker, but it just hooks foul. It's a 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 away. The stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Here she comes. Outside, ball 3. So the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the 3-2 pitch, here she comes. Swinging a fly ball hit into shallow right field. This is dropping. This will be down, a base hit. Dami heading to third, now heading home. Now we'll stop at third base. The throw comes into Ninja. So base is juiced here for Nishino. It is Bloop Central tonight in Chicago. As he takes ball 1 outside, it's 1-0. Nishino costs time to step out the box, adjust the batting glove. So Leo went 2 innings, giving up 10 hits, 7 runs, all earned, walking none, striking out none. Base is juiced here in the top of the third. The stretch, the 1-0 pitch on the way, outside, ball 2. So no room to put Nishino if he walks. It will be another run. It'll be 8-5. Ocala, Yankee trying to get out of the jam right here. Now here comes the set, and the 2-0 pitch, it's taken for strike 1, so they count 2 balls and 1 strike here on Nishino. 13 hits already for the Orbit, 8 hits already for the Ravens. Good night, Ryan. Have a great night. Now the set, the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball hit into right field. Notre Dame coming in. It is dropping, and it'll be caught by Notre Dame for the final out of the inning. So a 33.3% Noble Tiger as that retires the side. So no runs come on 3 base hits, no errors, and 3 left on. We head to the bottom of the third where the Ravens need 2 runs to tie 3 to take the lead. So Notre Dame leading things off. First pitch on the way, taken down low for ball 1. So the count 1-0 here on Notre Dame. Now from the stretch, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, it's in there for a strike. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now from the set, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit into the gap of right in center field. The center fielder over there makes the dive and he makes the catch. Holy smokes. Orbital in the gap goes to a dive. He flashes some leather and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Robs extra bases, and no, that is not Orbital out there. That looks like Newvery out there in center field. So my bad, Newvery. First pitch on the way, Gabe takes a strike, 0-1. F8 in your scorecard, you can put a star next to that one as well. The stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Gabe. Swing and a miss. Back foot slider in the dirt. Got him swinging. So no balls and 2 strikes here. 4-1-2 trying to face the minimum. Something a pitcher has not done in this game so far for both teams. Now the set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way to Gabe. Up high, ball 1. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now here comes the 1-2 pitch on the way to Gabe. Strike 3 called, freeze him. Burned it in the upper part of the zone, and there's 2 down here for Vada. Strikeout number 3 here tonight for 4-1-2. Chris, how can you join the league? Join through the Discord. The stretch, the first pitch on the way to Vada, taken outside for ball 1. The count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Stay buses. That's the second one this game. Way to be a wall back there. I agree. That was a great, phenomenal play there by the center fielder, Minikov. Now the set, the 1-0 pitch to Vada. Taken high and outside for ball 2. So now 2 balls and no strikes here to the third baseman. 4-1-2 looking to face the minimum. No pitcher this game has faced it yet. Now the set and the 2-0 pitch on the way to Vada. Swung on and belted deep to center field. It is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Vada goes yard with 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and right now it's a 1-run game here in Chicago. How about that? Holy smokes. Wow. There is life in this building, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. So now a 1-run game. It used to be a 7-0 Ocala lead. As the first pitch on the way to Settler was swung on and missed, 0-1. So Settler, the losing pitcher last night, gave up the 2-run walk-off home run to Jojo as the 0-1 pitch on the way to Settler. Check swing, it's up high. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Settler in for Gunn in left field, replaces him there too. The 1-1 pitch, outside ball 2, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Settler batting .500 on the season, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play last night. Now here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way to Settler. Swing and a miss! Curve tied his hands up, so now the count evens out 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down here in the inning. Thank you, user, for the 3-game watch streak. 3-stream watch streak. There you go. That's how you put it. Now the set, the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive, hit into center field. Right there, the center fielder goes, leaps. It's over his head, off the wall. So rounding first, heading to second is Settler. Up with the ball is the center fielder. This will be a tough one. The throw is not in time. A stand-up 2-out double here for Settler. And that will bring up Go Yankee. Thank you, Bless, for liking the live. Well, yes, that does bring up Go Yankee, 1 for 2 tonight. We're in the bottom of the third, a 1-run game here in Chicago. First pitch taken outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. Now here comes the set, and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Yankee. Inside, ball 2. So 2-0 here on Yankee, trying to do something. Maybe not necessarily hit a dinger, but at least get a gap double to score. Settler tied this game up at 7. Now the set, here comes the 2-0 pitch to Yankee, swinging a fly ball hit into shallow left field. This is going to be caught there by Malone in left and retired the side. So, 1 run comes on a solo blast from Vada. It's now a 1-run game here in Chicago, 7-6. Orbit lead. So we enter the top of the 4th inning, a 1-run game here in Chicago. And what's interesting is that something that no one has been able to do tonight is face the minimum. Everybody has at least faced an extra batter or 2. The closest anyone got was in the top and bottom of the 2nd, where each pitcher only faced 4 batters, but that was about it. Every other inning has faced 4 or more. Now the stretch, here comes the first pitch on the way to Orbital. In their 4 strikes, so the count goes to 0-1. So I thought that was Newvery in center field. It was indeed Orbital, so I was right. Sorry, Orbital, for the confusion. He looked just like Newvery. Here comes the set. The 0-1 pitch. Outside ball 1. Missed the corner, so 1 ball and 1 strike here on Orbital. Now Yankee gets to sign the 1-1 pitch, swung on and absolutely annihilated. Deep right center field, it is gone. A solo blast from the leadoff man Orbital. It's now 8-6 Ocala. First run scored since the top of the 1st inning. So Yankee surrenders some insurance to the Orbit. Bless says, game is heated. I might need to bring a fan. Yes, you will. This game is absolutely burning. So hit number 4 allowed by Yankee. Run number 1 given up by the relief pitcher. Now the set. First pitch on the way to Malone. Taking a strike. 0-1. Malone 2 for 2 tonight with 2 singles. Scored on an RBI single from, I believe it was Dami. Ball 1 up high. 1-1. As Malone takes time, the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 run in thanks to a solo blast from Orbital. It is now 8-6 Ocala. The stretch, the 1-1 pitch to Malone. Swinging a little looper right to Vada. Catches it at the shoe tops for out number 1. And that will bring up drive. So the Ravens get 1 run back in the bottom of the 3rd, but they give it up right away to Orbital. Now back to a 2-run lead as Drum takes ball 1 outside. 1-0. Now here comes the set and the 1-0 pitch to Drum. Swinging a line drive hit into shallow right field. Leo goes to the dive and he makes the catch. Holy smokes. What a play by the first baseman, Leonatus. Oh, captain, my captain. That was beautiful. P3 in your scorecard. Put a star next to it. So up comes shortstop Nodin, takes strike 1, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch to Nodin, outside ball 1, just missed the outside edge. So the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike here on the shortstop. Nodin batting 8th, it'll be Dami, then Jojo. As the 1-1 sails up high, ball 2. So 2-1 here to Nodin. As the 2-1 pitch is weakly grounded through the middle of the infield, a base hit. So, a 2-out single here for Nodden, and that will bring up Dami playing right field tonight, player manager for the Rojos. And despite only batting, he was batting .045 coming into the game, now batting 125 thanks to 2 singles tonight. First pitch on the way, taking a strike, 0-1. Top of the fourth. Here with 2 outs and 1 on. The 0-1 pitch taken outside, ball 1. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Ocala leads 8-6 after a big inning, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive into the gap of left and center field. A base hit. It's a 3-hit night for Dami tonight, as Anoma having some issues there out there in left field. Nodden gets down to third. He will hold there. It's a 2-out double here for Dami. Now runners parked at second and third. Up comes Jojo. So this is not where you want to lose them. You need to keep the game close, and right now, you would love to get a hold right here. So runners at second and third here for the third baseman Jojo, as he is intentionally passed for some reason. And that will bring up the pitcher 4-1-2 up to the plate, 3 for 3 tonight himself. So intentionally walked is the call, and now base is juiced. So bases loaded here for the pitcher. First pitch on the way, taken outside for ball 1. So 1-0 here on 4-1-2. Nodden at third, Dami at second, Jojo at first base. We are on the top of the fourth, 8-6 Ocala lead. Now the stretch, here comes the 1-0 pitch on the way. Down low, ball 2. So now 2 balls and no strikes, no room to put 4-1-2. If he walks, Nodden scores. Now the 2-0 pitch, swinging a fly ball hit into deep center field. It is going and going and grand slam, 4-1-2. 4 runs come in on 1 massive swing. It is now 12-6 orbit lead. Yankee being chased around as the entire Ocala dugout clears. They want to let Yankee feel every part of this one. A grand slam hit by 4-1-2. He says that's what you get for intentionally walking Jojo to face me. So base is cleared now. 5 runs come in on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. A grand slam hit by 4-1-2, and it gets from bad to worse. We're back in the same situation as before. Strike 1 called. Egg Atrocious says, damn, I agree, bro. Now the stretch. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way. Taking strike 2. So now no balls and 2 strikes here on Tox. Well, you brought the game to within 2. Now blow it back open to 6. Now the 0-2 pitch on the way. Inside ball 1. Thank you, Egg, for liking the stream. As the 1-2 pitch is pulled in the infield, Gabe is there. Now sets his feet, fires to first in time for the 3rd out. So 5 runs come on, 4 hits, 1 walk, no errors, and none left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Now the Orbit lead 12-6 over the Ravens. Yeah, that was a close play, but ultimately the call was out. So 4-1-2 looking to work another strong inning right here. Gave up a home run last inning. Ravens need to start scoring. They give the lead back up again. Ball 1 called. 1-0 here on Ninja. They brought the game to within 2 runs, to 1 run, then let it back out to 2 runs, then let it back out to 6 runs. So now they need to work again. From the set, here comes the 1-0 pitch on the way to Ninja. In there for a strike. Count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. 12-6 Ocala lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. It was just 8-6 a moment ago. 1-1 pitch inside ball 2. Before a grand slam hit by the man on the mound, 4-1-2, bringing 4 runs in, making it a 12-6 Ocala lead. Now the stretch. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the third base line, so the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Ninja. Stay Blessed says they are taking this game in their hands. It looks like it does look like, yeah. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man Ninja. The stretch and the pitch. Up high, ball 3. So count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2-3-4 up to bat 4. The Ravens trying to do something right here. Now 4-1-2 disengages. Didn't like what was called there. So 3 balls and 2 strikes here. As soon as he gets the call he wants. Nishino behind the plate calling pitches tonight for the Orbit after 4-1-2 had to go back onto the mound for relief. Now he looks in. Gets the sign, the stretch, and the 3-2 pitch on the way to Ninja. Swinging a pop up in the infield. Jojo coming in. He was going out. Now this will be an infield single by Ninja. Ninja safe at first base. What was Jojo doing? Oh my goodness. So runner on first. The leadoff man reaches thanks to a fluke single. They count it as a hit. I'm going to count it as a hit and an error. I don't know what Jojo was doing. Wow. Infield single by the Ravens. Ravens trying to make them pay for their mistake right here. This will bring up Leo. First pitch on the way, taking a strike, 0-1. And now, here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Leo. Taken high and outside, ball 1. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 strike, 1 on, and no one away. The 1-1 pitch taken for strike 2. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Leo. Leo calls time to take a deep breath, not trying to work anything too hard, just trying to get a very easy hit right here. Now the set, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Leo. Swinging a line drive into center field, dropping, and is down, a base hit. Up with the ball, center fielder Orbital. Ninja will stay back at second. It's a 3-hit night for the captain Leonatus. How about that? So 2 on, no one away. That will bring up Jong 0 for 1 tonight. Had a sac fly in the first, struck out looking in the second. As he takes strike 1, 0-1. Now the set, here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Jong. Swinging a fly ball, hit into shallow center field. Dropping into Bermuda Triangle, a base hit. Ninja making the turn at third. Here comes the play at the plate. Ninja slides. The throw is offline. He is safe. Leo in at second. Jong in at first with an RBI single. As he does a little airplane. It's now a 5-run lead for the Orbit. A bloop single, that scores Ninja. On the play, Leo gets down to second base. So 2 on here with no one out yet. Here comes Anoma. Had a 3-run home run last night against this team, against Orbital. Maybe looking for something like that right here. First pitch on the way, swinging a foul down the right field line. 0-1. Oh man, he looked early on that one. As the 0-1 pitch on the way, taken down low, ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes here on Anoma. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul down the left field line. So now 1-2 here on Anoma. After Anoma, it's Notre Dame Nerd, then Gabe, then Vada. comes the 1-2. Outside ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the center fielder, Anoma. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 run in, thanks to a bloop single by Jong. 4-1-2 disengages. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. Anoma looking to keep the line moving right here. Now, 4-1-2 gets into the motion. The set, the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball hit into shallow right field. This is dropping. This is down, a base hit. Leo makes a turn at third. He's heading home. Here comes the throw to the plate. Leo slides. He is safe! Leo is safe! Jong in at third. Anoma in at first. Another RBI bloop single for the Ravens. 12-8. Ocala lead. So aggressive base running here by the Ravens. Leo scores. That brings Jong down to third base. Notre Dame takes strike 1, 0-1. From the set, here comes the 0-1 pitch on the one in Notre Dame. Outside ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. 1-1, sorry. The stretch and the 1-1 pitch on the way. Inside ball 2. So now 2 balls and 1 strike. Notre Dame potentially looking for a blast right here. A bloop and a blast would bring you to within 1 run. Now the set, the 2-1 pitch, in there for a strike. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Notre Dame looking to keep the line moving right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners parked on the corners. 2 runs in, thanks to 2 bloop singles. 4-1-2 takes a sweet time. Now gets the sign, the stretch, and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A half-hearted swing and a slow curve high in the zone, and there's 1 down here in the inning. As Gabe swings and lines that one over the head of the second baseman into right field, a base hit. Jong will score. Anoma down to second. Gabe with an RBI knock, and now it's a 3-run game. 12-9, Ocala Orbit lead. As Vada swings through that one, 0-1. Vada with a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. If he hits one here, the Ravens take the lead. If he hits another one right here, I should say. Now the set, the 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2. That was pitcher's paint. So no balls and 2 strikes quickly here in Vada. 4-1-2 looking to record a quick second out right here. Runners on first and second here with 1 away. 3 runs in. They trail by 3. The set, the 0-2 pitch. Outside ball 1. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes now here on Vada. Now here comes the stretch and the 1-2 pitch. Inside ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. As a 2-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a foul out of play down the left field line. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 away. Runners at first and second. Vada represents the tying run. And here comes the 2-2 pitch to Vada. Swinging a ground ball foul. He stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Vada. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Check swing and is down low, ball 3. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3 runs in thanks to 3 base RBI singles. Now Vada calls time to step out the box and adjust the batting gloves. Now steps back in. Ready to work. The stretch. The 3-2 pitch. Check swing. It is strike 3 though. Put him away with a slow curve up high. That was the same strikeout pitch he used on Settler. So 1 down and that will bring up Yun. So 1 down and that will bring up left fielder Settler. Strikeout number 5 tonight for or 4-1-2. Settler represents the tying run. Has not hit a home run this season, so hey, you never know. There's always a first for everything. First pitch on the way to Settler. Here she comes. Swing and a fly ball. Hit foul down the left field line. 0-1. So if Settler reaches, it'll be the top of the order. Yankee, Ninja, Leo, all coming up to bat. Now the set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Settler. Swinging a line drive down the first base line. Hit foul. Oh, man. If that was fair, at least one more run would have came in, but it just sneaks foul. No balls and 2 strikes here on Settler. The stretch. And here comes, again, the 0-2 to Settler. Down low, ball 1. So the count 1-2 here to the left fielder. Now the stretch, and again, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Settler. Swinging a weak ground ball. This should end the inning. Past the dive of the first baseman. The throw to first in time. Wow, what a nifty play there. A 4-1 put out to retire the side. 3 runs come on 5 base hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the top of the 5th, where the Ravens trail 12-9 against the Ocala Orbit. So Orbit get out of the trouble there, thanks to some nifty plays by the second baseman and 4-1-2. So leading things off will be Nishino. Nishino 0 for 3 tonight. Or no, 0 for 2 tonight with the sac fly in the first. First pitch on the way, swinging a line drive right to Leo. He'll take it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 away. That will bring up Orbital. Hit the solo home run, which started the rally last time for the Orbit, trying to not let that happen again. Yankee at 47 pitches already. First pitch on the way to Orbital. Here she comes. Outside ball 1. From the stretch and the 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul down the right field line. Rocketed, but absolutely foul. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the set, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit into deep center field. Settler is there, makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 2. So 4 pitches and 2 away. That will bring up Malone as guilty. 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles, did score a run, and popped out to third in his last at bat. First pitch on the way to Malone. Here she comes. In there for a strike and 0-1. Here comes the set. The 0-1 pitch to Malone. Outside ball 1, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. From the set, and the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, roped right to Gabe at second. This should do it. He steps up, fires to first in time. 1, 2, 3, go. The Orbit here in the 5th. We get to the bottom of the 5th, where the Orbit still lead 12-9 over the Chicago Ravens. So Yankee did something that no pitcher has done in this game. Go 1, 2, 3 in an inning. It has been a yes hitter all night for both teams. Orbit with 17 hits on the night. Ravens with 15. They trail by 3. Ravens have 1 home run compared to, I believe, 2 for the Orbit, as there's strike 1, nothing in 1. So no balls and 1 strike, and here comes 4-1-2's pitch on the way. Up high, ball 1. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the order here for the Ravens coming up, Yankee Ninja Leo. Now the stretch, and here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way to Yankee. Inside, ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike. I think right now the Ravens' best approach is if they took it patiently. Every at bat, they were patient, they timed up their swings, not trying to look for anything, not trying to muscle every ball out the park. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a little looper into left field, falls in, a base hit. Up with the ball is the left fielder Malone. He will run the ball into the infield. So one aboard here for Ninja. So 4-1-2 is already at 77 pitches, as there's ball 1 outside. 1-0 here on Ninja. So 1 ball, no strikes. Yankee at first base. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Counting moves out to 1 ball and 1 strike. And from the motion and the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Off speed curve up high, force Ninjas to swing. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes in 4-1-2's favor. He looks in, gets the sign from Nishino. Now from the set, he delivers his 1-2 pitch. It's down low and inside, ball 2. So the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Put him away with the cutter up high, and there's 1 down here in the inning. Strikeout number 6 on the night for 4-1-2, and it looks like that will be all he goes, or we'll see. It looks like it'll be Jojo taking the mound. It will be Jojo taking the mound. So that will end 4-1-2's night as he moves to third base. First pitch on the way, taken for strike 1. It's 0-1. From the set, here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way, Leo. Swing and a miss. Now no balls and 2 strikes. Jojo struck Leo out last night. Looking to do it one more time right here. Now from the set, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A helpless wave at a slider in the dirt, and there's 2 down here in the inning. So 2-way, that'll bring up Jong 1 for 2 tonight with a single, an RBI single, and a sac fly. So strikeout number 1 for Jojo on the night. 7 strikeouts for Ocala pitching staff tonight. Now Jojo looks in the stretch, and the first pitch on the way to Jong, taking a strike, 0-1. As the 0-1 pitch sails up high for ball 1, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Ravens cannot formulate a response to Jojo last night. And right now, looking like they can't formulate one here as well. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Check swing. It's down low, ball 2. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Leo down swinging on 3 pitches. How do I join Reflex? You got to join through the Discord. As Jojo looks in the stretch and the 2-1 pitch on the way. It's down low, ball 3. So the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Jong's first home run came last week Friday against the Philadelphia Surge. That was the 4th of July game. Top of the 9th. It was the go-ahead home run. Now the 3-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and belted deep to right field. It is going and going, and it is long gone. Jong finds home run number 2, RBI 7 and 8, and now it's a 1-run game here in Chicago. Holy smokes, how about that? So Yankees scores, Jong scores, and right when I said they couldn't put up an answer for Jojo, Jong says, how about that, and parks one into the right field seats. It's a 1-run game. Home run number 2 on the season for Jong. RBIs again, 7 and 8. So batting for Anoma is Yun as he takes strike 1. As he fouls that one down the third base line, the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes quickly here on Yun. Now no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Put him away with a high curve, and that will retire the side. So 2 runs come on 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. A big 2-run blast from Jong as we head to the top of the 6th inning, where now the Orbit lead only by 1. It's 12-11. So 7-8-9 here for the Orbit coming up, and leading off will be the third baseman Drum, originally playing second as he takes strike 1, nothing in 1. But after 4-1-2 got knocked out of the game, he switched positions, and now he is playing third as Jojo goes up to pitch, and now the 0-1 pitch on the way to Drum. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Hey Joey, how you doing? Oh, 2. Outside ball 1. Just missed the outside edge. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Drum. Here comes the set and the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit into deep right field. This one is down the line. Notre Dame on the run. Goes to the dive and he makes the catch. Holy smokes. I thought that was dropping in for extra bases. And instead Notre Dame on his high horse makes the catch. Does not even have to go to a dive. There's 1 down here in the inning. So that'll bring up shortstop Nodin. 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI. First pitch on the way. Taking high and inside for ball 1. 1-0 here on the shortstop. Had an RBI single in the top of the 1st inning. Now Yankees set. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swung right through it. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 away. 1-1. Taken inside ball 2. So the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Yankee through pitch number 60, 61 coming on the way. If you ask who's coming in relief, they might puppet Gabe. I don't think they'll go with Settler again. Now the 2-1 pitch. Up high ball 3. So 3-1 here on Nodin. Trying to get on base right here. The set. The 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right to Gabe, who stands up now, fires to first base. Leo, no, could not get to the bag in time. They were playing in the bloop shift. So an infield single for Nodin, and that will bring up Dami. Dami 3 for 3 tonight. He is on fire at the plate. Arguably one of the last guys you want to face in this lineup, if I'm being completely for real. So not in at first, thanks to an infield single. They do give the error to Leo. So E5 in your scorecard. Oh, sorry, E3 in your scorecard. As Dami takes strike 1, nothing in 1. But right now, fielders in double play depth looking to turn 2, get out the jam right here. Stretch the 0 pitch. Down low, ball 1. Slider in the dirt. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Dami looking to get more insurance runs. Ravens looking to strike 2 called. Turn the double play and get out of here. Hi, Angels fan. Now again, Yankee looks in, gets the sign from Ninja, and the 1-2 pitch. Outside ball 2. Throw down to first base, not in time, not in, slides back in safely. So count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not in at first base. Pitch 67 on the way to Dami. Yankee goes into the line and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right to Vada at third. This could be 2. Flips to Gabe at second for 1. Fires to first in time. 5-4-3 around the horn. Double play at a makeshift 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Orbit lead 12-11 over the Ravens. 5-4-3 double play. So 6, 7, 8 leading off for the Ravens. First pitch on the way, Notre Dame taken for a strike and nothing in 1. Notre Dame 1 for 3 tonight. An RBI double, struck out swinging in his last at bat. Now from the stretch, here comes Jojo's 0-1 pitch. Down low, ball 1. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th, Orbit lead 12-11 over the Chicago Ravens. Now the set, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Late on that one, it was a fast pitch in the zone. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Notre Dame. After Notre Dame, it'll be Gabe, then Vada. Jojo takes his time, gets the sign from Nishino. The stretch, the 1-2 pitch to Notre Dame. Check swing, it's up high, ball 2. So the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Notre Dame nerd is more of a, I'd say, contact hitter. He does love his gap doubles. He's not really a home run hitter, although I did see him have a multi-home run game the one time. As a 2-2 pitch is swung in and lined right to not in at short for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Gabriel Plays 2 for 3 tonight. Had an RBI bloop single in his last at bat. Gabe has yet to have a home run in this season either, as it takes ball 1 low and inside. So 1-0 here on Gabriel Plays. Six, 7, 8 up for the Ravens. Now the set, the 1-0 pitch on the way to Gabe. Swinging a fly ball, weakly hit to Drum at third, who makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the inning. So 2 outs, and that brings up Vada. Hit a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 RBIs in the night. Had an RBI double in the bottom of the 1st. If he hits another solo home run, this game is tied. First pitch on the way. Here she comes. Down low, ball 1. Vada had a 2 home run game. No, that was Anoma who had a 2 home run game last night. Sorry. I'm getting mixed up here. Yep, the 1-0 pitch on the way to Vada, taking a strike, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down here in the inning. The pitch. Taken for strike 2. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Vada. Jojo at 21 pitches already. He has gone through 1 full inning. Now, Jojo looks in the stretch and the 1-2 pitch to Vada. Swinging a weak ground ball right to Drum at third. He has it. Steps up. Fires to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning as we head to the 7th inning stretch where the Ravens trail 12-11 against the Ocala Orbit. And leading things off will be Jojo, top of the order, coming up for the orbit 1-2-3. It'll be Jojo, then 4-1-2, then X-Tox. Involved says, speaking of home runs, and yeah, that's right. Jojo with the walk-off home run last night. First pitch on the way to Jojo, swinging a fly ball hit into center field. Everybody coming in and drops in a base hit. So, looks like, who is that? Looks like Yun is out in center field for Anoma. Oh yeah, I did put that down. Well, yep, a leadoff single here for Jojo. 4-1-2, 4 for 4 tonight. Hit a grand slam in his last at bat. If you're ever thinking about walking a guy, this might be the guy. As he swings and flies that one deep into the gap of right center field. Notre Dame on his horse is there to make the catch. 1 away here in the inning. Jojo retreats back to first base. As Notre Dame positions himself underneath the ball, he's there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, that brings up Machina. 0 for 3 tonight. Did have a home run last night though. First pitch on the way, taken for a strike, 0-1. Now Yankee looks in, gets the sign, the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way, outside ball 1. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Yankee looks in, the stretch, the 1-1 pitch to Nishino, up high, ball 2. So the count 2 balls and 1 strike here on Nishino. The stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball laced out to left field. Left fielder going back now is there to make the catch at the warning track to retire the side. So, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning where the Ravens trail by 1. Stay Blessed says, tight game and I'm all here for it. Yep, it's a tight one after what should have been a blowout, but you know, now it's been a yes hitter tonight for both teams. 19 hits for the visiting Orbit and 17 for the Ravens, trailing by 1. First pitch on the way to Settler. Here she comes. Swinging a line drive right to the shortstop Nodden, who lets it bounce, now fires to first in time for the first out. So 1 pitch and 1 away. That will bring up Go Yankee. Hit the go-ahead home run last night before Jojo walked things off. So the first pitch on the way to Yankee. Here she comes, outside, ball 1. Yankee had a notion to not swing, and that was a good notion right there. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. User, I think the scoreboard says top of the 8th. Bottom of the 7th inning. Ravens up to bat. 1 out. Settler on a 6-3 putout. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Yankee. Taking down low, ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes here on Yankee. So it'll be Yankee and then Ninja. And then followed by Leo. Now Jojo looks in, gets the sign, the stretch, and the 2-0 pitch to Yankee. Swinging a foul ball, pulled down the first base line, and right there, a diving catch by Tox. Wow, what a play. So 2 down here in the inning. That will bring up the catcher, Ninja. So 2 away. That brings up Ninja. 2 for 4 on the night. First pitch on the way, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, a bloop and a blast does give the Ravens the lead if they can do it with 2 outs. If not, it'll be 3, 4, 5 coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes the stretch on the 0-1 pitch, outside, ball 1. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. We are in the bottom of the 7th, the 1-1. Strike called. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ninja. Orbit lead 12-11 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looking to sweep the Ravens, but the Ravens looking to stop the slide right here. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Ninja. Into dirt, ball 2. So deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away to the catcher, Ninja. Now Jojo looks in, gets the sign from Nish, and the 2-2 pitch on the way to Ninja. Up high, ball 3, so count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Ninja trying to start a rally or something right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jojo looks in again, gets the sign, now disengages off the mound. Jojo at 31 pitches. He has been rocking through 2 innings so far. Now looks in, gets the sign, the stretch, and the 3-2 pitch to Ninja. Swinging a little looper in the infield, coming into the second baseman, and drops in a base hit. The throw to first, it's in time. 1, 2, 3, go. The Ravens here in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. A still 1-run game as 5, 6, 7 come up for the Orbit. Yep, I agree, Bentley. What a take indeed. So Orbital leading things off, 2 for 4 tonight. Hit a home run in the bottom of the 4th inning. He swings and misses in that one, 0-1. Also had an RBI single in the top of the 1st. We're in the top of the 8th, 12-1. Orbit lead. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way, taken inside. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. 5, 6, 7 coming up for the Orbit lineup. Now the 1-1 to Orbital, swinging a ground ball right to Guy at third. Steps up, fires to Leo at first for the first out of the inning. So 1 down here, and that will bring up Malone, the left fielder, grounded out in his last at bat, but 2 for 4 tonight, 2 singles, scored a run. As Malone takes ball 1 outside, 1-0 here to the left fielder. So Guy now at third base. As the 1-0 pitch taken a strike, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Orbit lead 12-11. We thank all of you for joining us tonight as the 1-1 pitch taken inside ball 2. Wherever you are, whether it be on the TikTok or the Twitch, please make sure to like, please make sure to give us a follow, maybe even share it to a friend. That helps us reach a lot of people. Pitch 81 on the way from Ninja. Now the stretch, and here it comes. Swinging a fly ball hit out to deep right center field. He has just sent this one out of here. A home run for Malone is guilty. And now a 2-run lead for the Orbit. It's 13-11. Ocala. So Malone powers one out of here. A solo shot. That might be the end of Yankees night. No motion from Leo or the bullpen yet. It looks like they will keep Yankee on, who has given 6 runs up tonight. The first pitch on the way, swinging a pop into foul foul territory. Leo on the run does not make it. 0-1 here on drum. Yep, I agree, Bentley. Welp indeed. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way to drum. Swinging a pop-up in the infield. Yankee is there to make the catch. 2 down. So 2 away. That brings up the shortstop nod in 3 for 4 tonight with 3 singles, 2 RBI. First pitch on the way. Taken down low for ball 1. So 1-0 here on the shortstop nodding. We're in the top of the 8th. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swinging a fly ball hit out to shallow. Right there is Vada. Makes the catch for the final out of the frame. So no runs. 1 run comes on 1 hit. A solo blast by Malone gets to the bottom of the 8th. Ravens trying to put some sort of response here. So 20 hits from the Orbit tonight. As Leo takes ball 1 and down low. 1-0 here on the captain. Now Jojo looks in, gets the sign, the stretch, and the 1-0 pitch on the way, swinging a fly ball, hit down the right field line. It is dropping, and it's down, a base hit, rolls all the way to the wall. Leo rounding first, heading to second, up with the ball is the right fielder, Dami. The throw into the cutoff man at second, not in time. Leo with the leadoff double. The tying run comes to the plate in the form of Jong. Jong had a 2 RBI home run last time. Does he have a second one in him? Who do you have winning right now? I feel like the Ravens can walk them off. Unless they take the lead right here. But right now, they need to focus about tying the game. Down 2. Now first pitch on the way to Jong. Swing and a miss. Nothing in 1. So Guy in for Gabe, not Vada. Sorry about that. And on the move, Vada will get down, moves to second base now. And Guy in for Vada at third. So everybody but the outfield moving around tonight. Even for the Orbit, they have moved around a lot of their guys too. Bottom of the 8th. Orbit lead 13-11. 1 swing in the bat could tie this game up right here. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside ball 1. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Leonatus at second base here with nobody out. Trying to do something right here. Now here comes the set. And the 1-1 pitch, down low ball 2. So now the count 2 balls and 1 strike here on John. Leo at second base. You know, an RBI single works just fine as well. As Jojo disengages, didn't like what was called there. Crowd chanting, "Let's go Ravens, let's go Ravens." Now the set, and here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way to John. Strike called, so the count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. A big spot here for John. If he can keep the line moving, it'll be Notre Dame up to bat. Wait, no, it'll be Young up to bat. Now the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on John. So the crowd did not like that strike 2 call. They thought that was ball 3. But now count goes full. The pitch and the 3-2 on the way. Swinging a line drive, foul down the left field line. Just got a piece of it. So John staying alive here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leo at second, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th. Jojo disengages from the mound as John calls time. Steps off the box, takes a deep breath. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at second. The 3-2 pitch on the way from Jojo. Swinging a pop-up in the infield. Right there is Tox, waits under it, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So a battle by John, but ultimately won by Jojo. So with 1 down, that will bring up Yun. 0 for 2 tonight. Yun has yet to get a base hit this season. First pitch on the way to Yun. Swing and a miss, nothing in 1. Now the set, here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Yun. Outside ball 1, so the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw down to second base, not in time. From the set, here comes the 1-1 pitch. Check swing, it's in there, a strike. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Yun. After Yun, it will be Notre Dame, then Raigai, then Vada. Tying run at the plate. As Jojo disengages from the mound once more. Eyes Leo back to the bag. Young hitless in the season so far. Of course, he's only played a handful of games, but looking potentially to keep the line moving right here. They'll stretch the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Hook up high, and that caught Young swinging. 2 down here in the inning for Notre Dame Nerd. Well, 2 away, that brings up the right fielder, Notre Dame Nerd. 1 for 4, had that RBI double in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hasn't been able to do anything else since then. Leadoff double, but back to back, but 2 outs recorded immediately after that. A pop up to first and a strikeout swinging. And there's a little weak fly ball, but right there is Dami, the right fielder, to make the catch and retire the side. So the Ravens threatened with the leadoff double, but that is left stranded. We head to the top of the 9th. 9-1-2 coming up for the Orbit. Seven left on base now for the Ravens. In the bottom of the 9th, it will be 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Ravens. Now the first pitch on the way to Dami, taken down low, 4-1. 1-0 here on Dami. Dami 3 for 4 tonight, 2 singles, a double, 1 RBI off of his first single, And as the 1-0 pitch to Dami on the way, swing a fly ball hit out to deep left field. Settler on the run is there in front of the warning track to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 down here in the inning, and that will bring up Jojo. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. No, taking ball 1, sorry. That was a delayed swing, so I thought, yeah. As the 1-0 pitch is swung and roped into left field. Settler on the run is there, goes to the dive and makes the catch! Holy smokes, what a play by the left fielder Settler. Put his body on the line for that one. 2 down here in the inning. So 2-away. Yankee trying to power us through to the bottom of the 9th inning. Orbit lead 13-11 here against the Ravens. It's been a yes hitter all night. First pitch on the way to 4-1-2. In there for a strike and 0-1. So you can score that last play in your scorebook. F7, draw a star next to it. That was beautiful. The 0-1 pitch on the way to 4-1-2. Inside ball 1. 4-1-2 with a grand slam. Also had 3 singles before that. So it's been a 4-hit night for him right here. As the 1 pitch finds the edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bless says outfield getting their work in today. Yes, they are. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on 4-1-2. Now Yankee looks in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Outside ball 2. So the count evens out. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. With 2-away, HCBV should add ads. I agree. Save my voice. Give me time to score, you know what I mean? So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way to 4-2. Swinging a pop-up in the infield. Coming in is Vada. This will be a tough play. Leo was playing in the bunch. If the throw to first, not in time. Another infield single, and that will bring up the first baseman talks. So a 2-out single by the catcher, then the pitcher, then the third baseman, then now playing at second base, 4-2. A 5-hit night for him as Talks fouls that one down the right field line, 0-1. Yeah, it looked out initially, but I guess 4-2 beat him by a pinky toe or something. Low and pitch in the way. Swinging a line drive down left field line, caught by Rye Guy to retire the side. 7-8-9. Last chance for the Ravens. We go to the bottom of the 9th, where the Ravens need 2 to tie, 3 to win. So the walk-off happened last night after someone in the TikTok chat said, I can feel a walk-off coming. So I think someone should say in any chat, I can feel the walk-off coming. 7-8-9 coming up for the Ravens, and this 7-8-9 does not feel particularly strong. Other than, actually I take that back. Settler and Vada have done things tonight. Of course, when things mattered, not really. So 7-8-9 here. Jojo's still in the mound. Les says, I feel a walk-off in my game. Well, I hope the walk-off comes on the field tonight. I would love that. Orbit looking to hand the Ravens their 4th loss in a row, trying to complete the sweep. Bentley says, I feel a walk-off 3-run bomb in the air tonight. I hope so. First pitch on the way to Rye Guy. Here she comes. In there for a strike, so the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. 7-8-9, like I said before, coming up for the Ravens. It's Rye Guy, then Vada, then Settler. From the stretch, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got them all tied up with the pitch up and away. So now no balls and 2 strikes here on Rye. Jojo looking to record that first out right here. Now, Jojo gets into the motion, the set. The 0-2 pitch to Rye Guy. He bunts. It's a bunt down the first base line. Here comes Talks, he will take it to the bag at first himself for out number 1. Ravens down to their final 6 strikes. Here comes Vada. Grounded out in his last at bat. 2 for 4 tonight, though. Did have a solo home run back in the bottom of the third, way back when. 3 unassisted on the putout. Jojo looking to hammer down the victory for the Ravens for the orbit right here as Vada takes ball 1 down low. So 1 ball and no strikes here to the second baseman. Jojo disengages. If Vada or Settler reach, it'll be Yankee coming up in the 1 hole. Now the stretch, the 1-0 pitch on the way to Vada. Up high, ball 2. So now the count 2 balls and no strikes here at Vada. Bottom of the 9th. Last hope for the Ravens, trying to stop the 4-game skid. They trail 13-11 against the Ocala orbit in the set and the 2-0 pitch. Up high, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes now on Vada. As Jojo taking his sweet, sweet time. Gets the sign, the stretch, and the 3-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, a wicked pitch. Got him swinging. Oh, tied up in the dirt. So 3 balls on 1 strike now on Vada. 3-1. Here she comes. In there for a strike. So down 3-0. Jojo works the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. As Jojo disengages, Vada calls time. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Vada calls time again. Count rule should be called soon if Jojo does not do anything. Now Jojo gets into the motion. This set. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Swinging a little weak pop-up right to Talks at first. Makes the catch, and the Ravens are down to their final out. So a miracle needed here by the Ravens if they want to even think about winning this game. Maybe back-to-back jacks. That could work. Settler does not have a home run in the season, though. But now, facing the man that he gave up the walk-off home run to. Ravens looking for some magic right here. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. The Ravens trail 13-11 against the orbit. As now, looks like Drum is guilty coming into pitch, so that will end Jojo's night. First pitch on the way to Settler. Taken for a strike. 0-1. Ravens down to their final 2 strikes now. Now set. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a weak ground ball right to the second baseman. This should do it. The second baseman, 4-1-2 up with the ball. Fires the first in time for the final out of the inning. And that is the ball game. The Ravens swept by Ocala, swept by Nippon. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They fall to 12-4. Your final here in Chicago, it's the Orbit 13. It's the Ravens 11. The Orbit outlasted them to the very end. It was a very, very close one, but unfortunately pitching did not help Chicago's cause. Now let's go down to the dugout and see if we have a post-game interview. I fear that everyone may have left already, but we shall see. Yeah, it looks like everyone is leaving. So that might be the end of this one. I'll keep the post-game interview here with us. Well, yep, the Ravens do fall 12-4 on the season now. A very, very close one. Here in Ocala, pitching did them no favors, however. Their fielding was a lot better, I will say, but man, giving up way too many home run balls. Let's talk about it. The first off, in the top of the first inning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 base runners reach for the Ocala orbit. They put up 7 runs on 9 base hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on. No home runs. They were all RBI singles. Then in the bottom of the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base hits come for the Ravens. They do score 5 runs, no errors, and 2 left on. So that was a 5-7 game, and we're like, oh, it's kind of close now. But then in the second inning, nothing happened. A runner stranded, and then nothing happened in the bottom of the second. Top of the third inning, and Yankee holds them scoreless. Bottom of the third, and Vada hits a 2-out solo blast. Settler then doubled, but after that, Yankee flew out to left. In the top of the fourth, Orbital led off with a solo home run before Yankee would get the bases loaded and allow 4-1-2-C3 to hit the grand slam. Ultimately, I think was the winning dagger for this team. In the bottom of the fourth, the Ravens put together 3 runs on 5 hits, 3 RBI bloop singles before heading to the bottom of the fifth with a 2-run shot from John. And then in the top of the 6th inning, the Ravens turned a makeshift 1-2-3 inning after a 5-4-3 double play from Dom got Nodden out at second. In the bottom of the 6th and 7th, nobody scored. Top of the 8th, a solo home run from Malone, making it 13-11 Ocala. And then after that, a leadoff double by Leo in the bottom of the 8th inning, and 6 retired from there. So that was the game in a nutshell. The Ravens fall to 12-4 in the season. Again, a very, very close one, despite what the score says. They did put up 11 runs on 18 base hits. That score would have won them the game last night, would have won them the game in Nippon on Tuesday as well. But unfortunately, it was not enough, as the Orbit put up 13 runs on 21 base hits thanks to 3 Chicago errors, and they left 8 on base versus the 11 base hits put up by the Ravens. 11 runs put up by the Ravens, 18 base hits, no errors by the Orbit, and 7 left on base. If you had to ask me what went wrong here, I would have to tell you it was the pitching. I mean, they were allowing way too much contact tonight. And for the most part, I mean, they were pitching really well. Leo goes 2 innings. I mean, not well, but Yankee was pitching well after the 3rd inning. I mean, he does give up 6 runs, but considering that Leo gave up 7 runs in the first 2 innings, I say that was pretty good. Some things that I thought of tonight. I mean, they were hitting the ball well, obviously. They put up 5 runs and 7 base hits in the bottom of the first inning. Like, what more could you ask? That's a great inning. And even though in the 8th and 9th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, they did fizzle out a little bit, they still did a tremendous job tonight. They did put up 11 runs on 18 hits, and that ultimately was still not enough to get the win. So the Ravens dropped to 12-4 in the season. They have lost their last 4 games. But the bright side is, when you have all these wins, you're already at 12 wins, you don't really... I mean, I hate to say these don't matter, but really, these don't matter. I mean, you can drop a couple games here and there, but right now, the Ravens need to forget, they need to reset, and they need to look forward to winning the next game, which will be on Sunday, tomorrow night, in Arizona against the Firebirds. Well, let's look at the final scores from the other games. In Chicago, it was the Breeze taking on the... in Minnesota, it was the Breeze taking on the Blizzards. The Breeze bested the Blizzards 6-1, final in 9. Ace Lord with a 5-for-5 2-homer game, and through all 9 innings as well. In Baltimore, it was the Bombers who bested the Ospreys 3-1, final in 9. In Atlanta, the Nippon Ham Fighters edged out the Rebels 6-5, final in 9. in Philadelphia. The Surge walked off the Arizona Firebirds 8-7. Velpucks with the walk-off error. And in San Francisco, the Joebirds stomp on the Honolulu Heat 10-7. T-Bucks hit for the cycle, and Jordan with the go-ahead single. And finally, the last result from tonight, it was the Orbit taking down the Ravens 13-11 here in here in Chicago. Well, that wraps it up on my end. If no one has any other questions, I will wrap it up here as well. Again, tomorrow is a 8 p.m. start, so pregame show starts at 7:55, and maybe we'll stay on a little bit after to talk story. Other than that, Morgana's signing off. A 13-11 loss here for the Ravens in right field. We will head back to the road to face the Arizona Firebirds tomorrow night at Chase Field. Don't forget to join us there. Again, 8 o'clock start time, 7:55 pregame show. We'll be there in Arizona tomorrow night. But until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Have a good night.